In the vocabulary of color psychology, yellow is traditionally the shade of warmth, intellect, and vitality. But color possesses a shadow side. When stripped of its natural brightness, yellow undergoes a dark mutation. It becomes the color of bile, of jaundice, of sickness, and of sunlight denied. In Charlotte Perkins Gilman's 1892 psychological horror masterpiece, The Yellow Wallpaper, a woman suffering from postpartum depression is confined to a colonial mansion's attic room. Forbidden from writing, working, or socializing by her physician husband, her entire world shrinks to 4 walls. There she is forced to stare at an oppressive wall covering, whose specific, sickening tint slowly unstrings her sanity. Today on Shadow Hearth Hues, we are analyzing the color theory of captivity, pairing Gilman's haunting prose with a singular painting by Vincent van Gogh, to discover how a color can become a cage. Our narrator's initial disgust with the wallpaper is visceral. She describes it as an unclean yellow, noting that in the places where the sun hits it directly, it looks sickly. In the late 19th century, this wasn't purely a metaphor. Many vibrant yellow wallpapers of the Victorian era were literally toxic, manufactured with copper arsenite that flaked off into the air as poisonous dust. But the poison in this room is psychological. Look closely at Van Gogh's The Bedroom. Painted while the artist was residing within the walls of an asylum, the room uses a heavily jaundiced, flat yellow palette. While meant to evoke a sense of rest, the unyielding blocks of yellow, paired with the unnatural, distorted perspective of the furniture, create a suffocating sense of containment. Like Gilman's narrator, Van Gogh was intimately acquainted with isolation. In both the text and the painting, yellow ceases to be a decorative backdrop. It becomes an active agent of entrapment. The narrator begins to project her own forbidden desires onto the wall, tracking a chaotic pattern until she sees a woman creeping behind the grid, a shadow trapped by the very architecture of the room. When external stimulus is denied, the mind turns inward, transforming the color of the room into the bars of its own psychological cell. Gilman's narrator eventually tears down the paper to free the woman inside, fracturing her identity to escape her domestic prison. She proves that yellow is not always a symbol of light. Sometimes, it is the stain of an unraveling mind. Thank you for spending this time with me in the shadows. If you found meaning in this descent into the jaundiced room, turn up your hearth, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments below, what literary hue should we exhume next? Until our paths cross again, take care of your mind, and keep looking for the color in the dark.